There we go. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
It's a Facebook Live with the stars from The Catch. I know, right?
Yes.
We're with Jay Hayden, Mireille Anus. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, I guess I should say welcome. You guys invited me into your studio here.
Yeah, welcome here to the studio that we don't own.
And there's bacon in the lobby, so
It's
I was having some bacon. It's wonderful. So congratulations on the second season of the show. It's so much fun. Tell me, just for fans that are just catching up, like what's different in season 2? Because I feel like there's been a couple little tweaks, but talk about that just a little bit.
It's lighter, funnier.
Okay.
We discovered in season 1 that that's what the show wanted to be. The con artists were having so much fun, and the PI side of the story was
we
like,
got jealous.
"Hey, we want to have fun. Throw some of that our way." And so Alan said, "Okay, great," and we've lightened up the whole thing.
I love it. I love it because there's like much more bantering. There was a little bit of bantering, but there's also like the high stakes in the first season. There's still high stakes, but I feel like everybody's kind of half smiling through the whole thing.
It's great. There's a lot more winking.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's still super dramatic and serious moments that we still earn, but there's the way that the tone is set up that we're able to kind of bounce out of that and get to that lighter side and then bounce back in. It's awesome.
Okay, so fans of The Catch, if you're watching, send us questions, tell us where you're from, and we'll ask them because they're right here with us for a little bit of time. So let's first talk about Alice.
Yeah.
Because I love what they're doing with her in season 2. One, she's got a brother now, which always opens things up.
Totally.
And talk about Mr. T.R. Knight, who we all love from Grey's Anatomy and so many other things.
TR's awesome. He's a ball of energy. He always has like 600 ideas. You're going to see us, or maybe it was last week, you saw us eating Danishes. That was him. He was like, I think we should be eating and like sharing each other's food. And he's great. And we're different with family than we are with other people, so it makes Alice more dynamic.
Well, and also I feel like we get to see a different side of Alice.
Exactly.
That we didn't see before.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. Okay, awesome.
I mean, TR literally, when he's on set, he's bouncing off the walls. He like brings that energy in, and it's very infectious.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was Danny or if that was TR, because Danny has that. But
No, I know.
TR brings
It's
that to it.
both. It's definitely TR.
Well, I mean, Danny doesn't like love Tommy right now, so it's so much fun because TR and I will be joking around, and then they call action, and then I go from smiling
not
to
like him.
come on, man.
Yeah, because there's definitely a little love triangle kind of forming there. Because we saw last season, there was a nice little romance, but now
it
Tommy's
took me
getting in the middle
so
of it.
long to ask her out, and then as soon as I do, he gets right in there.
Yep.
I love it. We have a question already from Mia. Thank you, Mia. Anybody else sending your questions? Mia wants to know if you have a favorite episode so far, either one that's already aired or maybe there's one coming up that you are excited for people to see.
Well, it's kind of rude to say because it's so far away, but episode 8.
Okay.
Episode 8 is a great one.
Great.
Yeah.
All of the main characters are like all mixed up together, and there's some really cool action, and it starts to get really like thick and crazy towards the end.
Yeah, I think you guys will love episode 5. And that's weird to say. That's not a huge episode for me, but I just love episode 5 so much because you're going to really kind of, they're going to carve into a character that you don't know yet, and then episode 9.
Episode 5.
Yeah.
So 5.
Hey, great question.
There's a really big
Yes.
secret that comes up from Ben's past.
Oh, okay.
In
that's
episode
good.
5. It's big.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that because when I talked to Peter a while back, he said there's definitely a lot to find out about Ben that I'm glad we're going to actually find stuff out.
There's like a big thing from Alice's past that comes up, and there's a big thing from Ben's past
nice.
in
I love
episode 5.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something to look forward to. Talk about the fact that Margot is very much in the mix again, because I wasn't sure how they'd keep Margot around, because season 1 she was definitely full-on villain, but at the end of the season premiere we saw that she basically comes to Alice's firm agency and needs help. But how is that going to work? Because I guess we see more of that this week.
Yeah, well, I mean, these two women are the two loves of Ben's life. So they have a lot actually in common and to learn from one another, and I think they have a very healthy, if not trust, respect for one another's strengths. And so it's interesting when they play together.
And Sonia and Mireille are so great on camera together.
crazy.
The chemistry is so
Each
good.
other.
And it's like, how to just put them in a room together. Like, how do we do?
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
so
you know
fun.
what? Margot needs our help. Now they're together. So
But is there going to be trust between them, or is it about them never really trusting each other? Because they both have their own objectives in some ways.
Yes, I think they get as close to trust as possible, but they hold on to just a little. There's an exit strategy for both of them.
Yeah, which makes it fun for the viewer, because as the viewer, we don't really trust Margot either.
Right. Yeah.
And she might be a little vulnerable now, but we know there's still a lot going on in her head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's capable of anything.
Her character is so great because you really sympathize for her at times, and you start rooting for her, and then she does something so evil that you're like, okay, I cannot root for this. I cannot root for this woman. But it's like you're pushed and pulled towards her. She's a great character.
Okay, all right. If you guys are just joining us, I'm Jim Halterman, the West Coast Bureau Chief for TV Guide Magazine. We're here with Jay Hayden, Murray Enos, talking about The Catch. Send in your questions. Tell us where you're from. I have some more questions. I love questions are coming in.
Yes.
Zosha has a question for Murray. The chemistry between you and Peter, it's so amazing from the get-go. But, a lot of times actors, do you have to work at that, or do you just kind of hope it's there?
Luckily, there's really smart people who are casting the show, and they had a good idea, and they put us together, and it just was easy from the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Peter's a really light,
He's like
fun
the
guy,
most
too.
lovable guy, right? He's so chill.
Yeah.
And he makes everybody comfortable on set. He's the biggest prankster.
He is.
Okay.
He's the biggest.
Has it gotten you?
Oh, he gets me. I said this before. His favorite thing to do, and this is, by the way, 5:30 in the morning, is to rap on my trailer door so loud, as if the world's ending, and then run away. Run away like a 5-year-old kid giggling. I can hear him giggling as I hear him passing stage 2, Oh my God. Yeah, and then he also does the thing. We'll be rehearsing a scene, and suddenly he'll come on because he'll be on the next stage shooting con man stuff, and he'll literally walk onto our set and be like, hey, what's going on? You're not enjoying acting more with Jay than you did with me, right? And I'll be like, Peter, you're in the shot right now, man. But yeah, so he keeps it pretty light.
Okay. Does he prank you as well, or does he just go after Jay?
He's pranked me once, way back in the pilot episode, season 1. There's a sequence where I've, discovered he's a con artist, and I'm going through the house looking for clues. I'm taking apart the drains and whatever. So I'm on my hands and knees on the bed with a black light going like this. And he walked into the room behind me. I was like, what are you looking for, babe? And I'm not naturally a prankster, so it just brought me to a full stop. They had the shot of me deer in headlights, what's happening right now? Very silly.
If you guys haven't noticed, also in season 2, the amazing Gina Torres has joined the cast. And I know Gina from Suits, and of course fans from Firefly, and so many other great things. Yeah. And I love it in this episode we see this week, you actually get to see her get a little more involved, because I was worried she'd be the FBI guy that's behind a desk just barking orders, because she's basically got Peter under her thumb. But talk about what we see with Justine's character, or the character of Justine.
Well, she and Ben and Reese become a 3-headed monster this year. And a lot of the comedy comes out of the cons that those 3 are running together.
And she is powerful.
She's a powerful girl.
And that ends up setting up great, her and Alice. Kind of doing that on the show just works so great, and that's gonna keep on going during the season.
I love that, because Gina can do all that light stuff. She just usually is, because she's such a force.
Yeah.
They make her in these very serious, kind of powerful roles, but this one I see her having fun.
Yeah, she's gonna have a lot of fun with those guys.
I love it. Do you guys get to mix up with her much?
A little bit at the beginning, and then again towards the end of the season.
Okay, it's safe to say we might find out more about Justine as well, maybe what's going on in her life?
Yes, there's a couple episodes about Justine.
Well, I think that's one of the great things about kind of taking away just the case of the week structure, where all of the cases or the things that we're getting into are from the character's past, or something that's going on with them. So you're definitely going to find out about her.
Okay. You guys keep sending in your questions for The Catch, and we'll find out much more. And we've got a few more minutes with these guys. Talk a little bit about does Danny have a game plan to make sure he gets Sophie? Because I feel like Tommy's going to be some really serious competition, so he's going to have to up the game or up the ante.
I know. I think the problem is Danny also has history with Tommy. He has been with Alice for a long time, so there are other run-ins with Tommy that he's been a part of, and so there's a huge trust issue or kind of weariness of Tommy. So when Sophie just is like, this guy's so great, it's so hard to not just come off as jealous and more protective. So I think Danny's gonna, I don't know, I think it's gonna be complicated.
I think if Danny has an Achilles heel, it's the fact that he never has a game plan.
What?
For anything.
No, it's true. Have you watched the show? He doesn't know what's going on.
He just falls into things and then has to like clean them up or go with it. Or
You've seen when you throw the frisbee into the lake and the dog just jumps in after it?
Danny.
Danny.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. It's great because Alice and Danny have such a relationship that Alice would be the one to maybe be like, look, this is what you need to do. I don't know if that'll happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, Danny might just need a little direction.
Yeah, because Alice always has like a game plan that's actually too planned and too controlling and too structured. She needs to loosen up a little bit. So we're like the opposites for each other.
My favorite thing about Alice is how like she's quietly watches Danny crash and burn so much, and you know that she notices it, like she's tracking it, but she chooses not to like get in there. She's just like, oh, there he goes again. Anyway, so we should figure out what's going on here.
Yeah. Alice has some big fish to fry too. So.
There's a shot which didn't end up making it into the cut, but there's this very silly moment where he's clearly lying, and it was one of my favorite moments to shoot. He's clearly lying, and Alice is just staring at him like. And they didn't make it in. I was so
why are you lying to me right now?
You think I don't know?
I know.
You're so weird.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So we have a few more minutes with Jay and Murray talking about the catch. Send us your questions. Tell us where you're from. We have a question. Somebody wants to know, who is your favorite character on the show? I'm guessing other than yourself. Or is there, if you could like switch places with somebody and play another character for the day?
Reese.
Okay, Reese.
Mostly I just have actor crush on John Sim. I think he's incredible, and he just steals this season. He's so wonderful.
He's good.
So anyway, I'm crazy about him.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, see, my favorite character of season 2, you haven't met yet.
Okay. Is this that episode 5 that we're talking about?
So I can't. Actually, no, it's not the episode.
Earlier.
It's earlier.
It's earlier
than that. Okay. See, there's a lot of good episodes this season. There's a character that's coming up very shortly that you'll meet that interacts with. See, I'm not even going to tell you. That I really love this person's kind of arc and where they come from in one of our main characters' past. I love
Definitely.
That
lifts in a positive way the soapy quality of the show, like the lovey, triangle-y.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get more episodes because I want to watch, and then when I find out, I'm gonna call
you'll
you.
know exactly.
You'll be like, it's him, right?
Oh yeah, he's great.
Okay, that's okay.
I meant she or he. Darn it!
Oh my God, you guys, we have a few more minutes with Jay and Murray. I want to know with Alice and Ben, because the first season was about. None of us knew who Ben really was, if we should trust him. Is the trust all there now, or season 2, is there still some trust stuff between them?
The trust is there, but every couple has their thing that like comes back up, like why do you leave your ringer off? Whatever it is, like those little annoying things. Yeah. So they're having like annoying couple arguments. It's just about issues that most of us will never have to deal with. Okay. But it's still like, it's just couple banter. It's not big stakes anymore because they're crazy about each other.
I know. I did see the episode this week, actually. Alice kicks some ass. Yeah. There's a really good fight scene. I will not give too much of it away. But I want to know, like, how much work goes into that, because it looks like it's you doing those big kicks. I was going to say, I was looking, I was like, okay, that's her. That's not a double.
No, I did everything.
That was a long day for you.
It was a long day. It was a big day, but really fun. We got to spend half a day on that roof the day before rehearsing.
Wow. Okay.
With the stunt coordinator and it was really cool. I'd never done this before. There was actually a videographer there shooting it, and then they cut it together. Oh. So you had a set, like before we actually shot it, we knew a shape of what it was going to look like. It was really cool. And then we spent another half day actually doing the fight.
I don't know if you remember, Jim, but I'm in that fight scene too. I mean, I get in there. The way Danny does.
The way Danny does. That's a good way to put a comment on that. The way Danny does. Yeah. But Marie, you have a kick where it's like your one leg just goes up. I think you're kicking him, but it's just like such a big extension I was very impressed with that.
Oh, thank you.
Very
it's
cool.
fun.
We have just another minute or two. One more thing I had to ask about: how do I get to live in Alice's home? Because
Isn't it
that
beautiful?
house is amazing.
No, but it
I
really
wanna live
exists.
there.
I mean, ours is a set, obviously.
nice house.
But that house exists in Austin, Texas. And the original pilot, we shot in an actual house, and then our incredible set designers recreated
Wow.
it.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
I don't care if it's on a set. I'll still live there.
I know, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We actually hang out in the house.
Yeah, it's the best place to hang out.
Yeah.
Because the AVI offices is right like behind it. So when we're shooting on AVI, we'll just hang out in Alice's house because
Yeah.
it's like nicer than mine.
We do like last season, especially season 1, there was like this gaggle that we're doing 7-minute workouts, and we'd go into Alice's bedroom.
This one. I was
We're
not
like,
doing
"Hey,
that.
We got 7 minutes. Let's go. We like hit the deck and do whatever.
That's hilarious.
It was amazing.
It's beautiful.
In my mini dresses.
Of course, of course. All right, well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. This was so much fun with you guys.
Yeah.
So fun.
Where can we find The Catch? Tell us when it's on.
Thursday nights, 10 p.m. ABC,
TGIT.
TGIT.
I love it. All right, well, thanks so much, everybody, and watch The Catch on Thursday nights. Thanks.
Bye.